first of all, in this particular case, the shooter clearly evidenced behavior that raised not only got the attention of the school officials, but law enforcement. The FBI was given, according to reports, 6 months ago they received information on this guy, posted stuff on the internet, on YouTube, his Facebook page. If under these circumstances we can't figure out a way to take action and short circuit these incidents, then we're in a lot of trouble. A couple things that come right off the bat. If someone's making a post on the internet, and it's threatening in nature, why is that not criminalized? I mean, a lot of people are. I'm a staunch defender of our Bill of Rights, but there's no First Amendment protection to threaten somebody, threaten acts of violence. That should be examined as far as making that criminal or criminalizing that. In addition, apparently the individual was on the school grounds, had gotten into altercations, was banned from the school grounds, or at least they reported that he couldn't carry a backpack on school grounds. Well, think about that. Why would they ban him from carrying a backpack? Because they're worried about what? Him carrying a weapon. You could secrete a weapon in your waistband, you could put it under a jacket. That response was wholly inadequate. His behavior should have been very thoroughly investigated, and if any criminality was found, he should have been charged, perhaps a restraining order issued, which would have, by the way, prevented him from buying a firearm. So there's so many things that you could do and you could look at to stop these incidents, and this case is just a glaring example of how not to do it. This person is a threat to my personal safety. That has to be acted upon. It cannot be ignored. Now, they did take some. It's not dispositive. Kind of the idea I have is if someone is a problematic person, like clearly Cruz was, get that information into the database so if they try to buy a firearm, at least there's a secondary level of scrutiny, not just, okay, you're good. Because right now, if you don't have a criminal record, you could buy a firearm. So you could be under a doctor's care, you could be taking all sorts of psychotic medications, and you could still buy a firearm, and there's no way to detect it at this point. So that's one issue I think that's worth exploring, making it. With respect to schools, there needs to be a way to make sure people don't get that close to the building. So screen them before they come in. He carried a rifle, for God's sake. He didn't secrete a small handgun. He didn't have the weapon in a backpack. He had a full-length rifle. Now, if we can't screen that out, getting into school property, we have a problem. So, for example, look at the workspace here. You have an open floor plan. You have glass walls. Every office has a glass wall. You don't have the option to barricade. So in this particular setting, you only have two options. You have multiple exits. As quickly as possible, move to the exit. And if you don't have the opportunity to get to the exits, you have to confront the shooter. Now we're talking about high school here. So there's no reason that high school students cannot do the exact same things that adults can. So they're teaching occupants of high-rise buildings. So you have to understand what constitutes a barricade and how to do it, and then how to position yourself in the room so if someone shoots through the barricade or through the wall, you're less likely to be harmed. If neither of the first two options are available, you have to confront the threat. You have to fight back, take action, and that's been successfully done in many instances in active shooter situations that have already been studied by the FBI. So it's ABC, avoid, barricade, confront, and we drill people. We explain what bullets can and can't do. And if you're going to school with someone, and it's not that you just don't like the person, maybe you're uncomfortable around.